Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Aishwarya Borde and I make finance simple for you. In today's video, I will be addressing the two most commonly asked and yet the most important questions. First one being how much to save and second one being how much to invest. Let me emphasize on this, saving and investing is not the same. So if you're just starting, you need to save, and if you've already saved, that's when you can invest. So we'll get more into detail about all of this, and so let's get started. I personally believe that to achieve anything in life, we need to be very disciplined. And what's discipline? Following a set of rules. It's really that easy, but only if we could follow all the rules, right? So today I'll be talking about one of those rules in finance which has been proved to be very helpful for all the people who have just started earning or who are planning their retirement or those who are in their retirement phase already. So about this rule, it's known as the principle of 50, 30 and 20. Now what is 50, 30 and 20? It's simple. Whatever enhanced salary that you get from your job, or if you own a business, whatever income you get every month, that amount has to be divided into 50%, 30% and 20%. And now how to spend these? So 50% should be spent for your necessities and 30% for your wants and 20% for either savings or investments. Now let us talk about the 50% and how it should be spent on needs. So what comes under needs? Firstly, whatever rent or EMI of the house that you live in, that comes under needs. Secondly, all your groceries or all the bills that you pay, such as water, gas, electricity, phone bills, internet bills, everything. Basically the things that you cannot live without. And in today's world, phone, internet, yes, they are needs. Basically buying clothes are also needs, but if you tend to buy something expensive that you can really do without, then that will not come under needs, that will come under wants. Under 30%, you can spend on anything that you desire, like expensive clothes or outings, traveling, dining out, etc. comes under wants, and this should be limited to 30%. And make sure this does not fall out of this bracket of 30% because that's what really stops you from being rich. So now you know about how to spend the 50 and the 30%. We come to the most important part about how to spend or how to save and invest those 20%. If you've just started with a job or an internship and if you want to save money, because it starts with saving, then what you need to do is, firstly, you need to save money for emergency funds. Now what are emergency funds? Emergency fund is that fund which will help you arrange money in case of emergency. And what could be the best example of an emergency? Hospital bills. Or in case you lose your job, internship, there has to be some amount that you have in your emergency funds which will help you to survive for a few more months till you find another job and internship. And the answer to how much emergency funds should you have is very simple. This is not a hard and fast rule, but this is what people prefer. So say you require 10,000 rupees per month to survive, like just survive, not live a lavish life. So you have to have 6 months of amount, that is 10,000 into 6. That is, you should have 60,000 rupees in your emergency funds. This was just an example. According to your needs, you can calculate how much emergency funds you need. And emergency funds should only be in your savings account, or it should be invested in such a place where the liquidity is very high. By liquidity, I mean if you want that money, it should be available to you in very less time. Suppose they are in the savings account, it's available to you any minute. Suppose it's in some mutual fund that has high liquidity, it will take minimum of 2 working days to get that money. So just make sure, let it be in either savings account or a fund which has a very high liquidity. So according to the principle of 50, 30 and 20, 50% goes for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for your savings to build an emergency fund. And once your emergency fund is ready, you are now able to invest the next month's salary's 20% into any kind of investment that is suitable for you, such as FD, bonds, stocks, mutual funds, and anything that you wish to. And this investment is going to help you in the long run, because the sole reason behind investing is to achieve some goal in your life, such as marriage or your child's education, or to buy a house, to buy a car, or any of your goal like traveling. And another very important reason is retirement planning, because that's when you really don't have a real source of income, but you can make a source of income, and that should be your investments. So this money will help you to have a very peaceful retired life, and you won't have to worry about other things, I mean financially. And one important tip, after you've really done well with this 50, 30 and 20 principle, over years your salary will increase. So basically your needs should not increase very much, needs and wants, but investments should increase, because that's how you'll build a very good corpus. And for that you should change the 50, 30, 20 principle a little. You could make it 40, 20, 40, or according to whatever you are earning and your expenditure you can change it. But to start off, this is a really good principle to follow: 50, 30 and 20. 50 for needs, 30 for wants, and 20 for investments. And finally, to the people who are not even yet earning anything, I'll just advise you to start investing with your pocket money. There are mutual funds that allow you to invest as little as 100 rupees per month. And I'm very sure everyone has a pocket money wherein they can save 100 rupees every month and invest, because it's about time. If you start investing very early in your life, the amount keeps compounding and you have a more better corpus than a person who will be starting 10 years later than you, even if the amount is a little higher. So at the end, I would just like to say that follow some principles and rules and make your financial life a little more disciplined, so that your goals and targets are easily achievable and not like your messy love life. Why do I keep comparing finance with love life? Tricky question. So see you in my next video, and in my next video I'll be talking about the types of investments where you can invest money according to your goals and targets. And yeah, that's about it. See you soon.